What you're looking at here is my word for the day. Niggardly. And this came to me this morning because of working this puzzle, which I should be able to finish, but there's only a few pieces left. But it calms me down, gives me some focus. I like the brighter colors. I may have explained this whole thing to you before. But, it just does, especially when I've got music on, which I don't now. Which I probably should, but let me pause a second and I'll do that for you. Alright. Can you hear the music in the background? Eddie Money. Alright, we were talking about this word here. And mostly it's about Sedalia administration. So that's probably going to end up in the title of my video when I'm finished. Because they just treated me so horribly, I get down here to this county, and it was early in the spring when I moved here. And my neighbors were always real good to me. I didn't know them very well, but you know how people are. They either take to you or they don't most of the time. The church down the road stopped by one day and brought me little loaves of bread, which I just thought was all special, for them to do that for me. And I bring this up because of all the years I was up in Sedalia and had been a member of the church, had gone to different churches over for different things, over time. We just visit a different church for different reasons sometimes. And I didn't hear from any of these people when our problems came to be. Well, the one with Bradley, when we lived on East 4th in that little duplex rental house, we were actually attending church then, taking Bradley, dressing him all up, so we'd look real cute for church. And well, then there they were at our door before we even got changed out of our Sunday clothes that day, which is a story I've related in another video, but who really cares, right? And didn't hear from any of them. Didn't hear from any of the 12-step people. Two did come over. I think it's because I had asked them to. I had just bought some brand new stuff for my bathroom, like a kitchen cabinet, a new vanity cabinet, a new stool, and I was going to see about getting them to install them for me. But I ended up taking them back for a refund because Sedalia being so niggardly like they are, or whoever, mostly it was triggered in Sedalia though, even called me up to broadcast to me that the social worker Denise Woolery had stalked my husband's little $509 at the time month Social Security. Because if you remember correctly, he's quite a lot older than I, and I was getting his VA benefits after a while as well. And I really didn't know what direction anything was going to take at that moment. I know I was angry, but I didn't let on. I pretty much just stuffed it. Short form, I stuffed it. Because I knew better, Maybe I should have gone off in all different directions, But I didn't even have the computer then at that point in time. I didn't get that until 97, which we were talking about yesterday, my neighbor and I. These people in Sedalia, they could have done something. Anything. At that point, I was so much grasping at straws. Just was at a total loss. My head was reeling. They had cut my money in that one regard, and were very brazenly proud of it. Just to rub it in my face, to grind her heels in my face. She called me up, Veronica. Well, she talked about Karen's social security number first. Karen's got a social security number. I'm like, yeah. See, we had written that in the Bible. We always put our socials in the Bible. Because your Bible is something, at least for us back then. I don't even have one at this house. Well, no, someone sent me one, so I do have one at this house. But I didn't bring any. Pardon me. It was in the Bible, and she went even further to try to degrade me. Well, I had to look it up. I got her a new one, or whatever it was. I think she got her a new one. Instead of asking me, you see, this is the thing. They were so lackluster. Slackjaw is a more appropriate phrase right then. They were so slackjaw. SLACKJAW. Here, I'll even get it up here for you. Slackjaw. That they couldn't even say, by the way, can we get Karen's social security number? And partly I think it's because they knew they were doing wrong. How can someone not know they're doing that wrong? And I'm just waiting for this to load up here. Slackjaw, wherever it went. Didn't I hit enter? There we go. So she got her new social security number, and it was as if she was trying to blame me for her little effort she had to put forth. You know? I don't know what it takes to get a new social security number, and I really don't care, you know? They were acting as if I needed to be caring about their woes, when they had just heaped on a mountainous amount of woes on me to the max. And there I was on medication for other things already, with a little kid, 6 years old. Yeah, my word for them is niggardly. Okay? I'm going to lower this screen a little bit if possible. It doesn't want to lower. Slack-jawed. Oh, there it is, down there. Okay. Well, where do you want it from? Merriam-Webster, Wiktionary. With the mouth in an open position and the jaw hanging loosely, especially indicating bewilderment or astonishment. Okay, and then they described it with a hillbilly, you know, give you a kind of means stupid. And that's what I think of them as far as that goes. That and them being niggardly. They're niggardly, stupid people. If you ask me what Christmas was after that, I have not a clue, really. Because we had, as some of you knew, we had just gotten John's benefits rolling in from the VA, from his difficulty from being in the military. And just getting, you know, to the point where after we did the little fix-ups we needed to do with the house, the insulation was the main one for then. The electricity was being worked on a few upgrades at a time when we could do it. See, what we would do was do all the wiring ourselves. We connected the new wire to the old and then just pulled it through the walls. You know, that's how you do it. That's how you thread a sewing machine too. By the way, you tie the new color of thread onto the old thread that you want to replace and pull it through, and it saves a little bit of work to have to thread the machine, especially if you really don't know how to thread a machine. So that's how we did it. And then when we got to the wiring part where it needed to go to the box, we called, like, I think it was the Amish company in Sedalia there, and could get our whole job done that way, minus what we did ourselves, for about $40. It doesn't count the cost of the wire, but I'm not here to mince the prices and stuff. But did they have to be so niggardly toward me? I'm pretty sure they didn't. Pretty sure they could have. You know what they took from me? They took from Brad. We had nothing. Our main source of support, my companion, my consortium, taken. And every once in a while, the family up north in Iowa, that's not commune people. They are good standing, in good standing. And even my sister-in-law, the oldest one, the older sister-in-law, I paused it for a moment so I could get this out, because I wasn't really meaning to go there, but I did. Tribute to Subeck Congressional Record Extension of whatever else. She received a 2015 Governor's Volunteer Award for some outstanding woman, Well, that's the next Subeck. But here's this. Honorable David Young of Iowa. Why didn't they capitalize the I right there in Iowa? In the House of Representatives, and they didn't capitalize the H of House and the R of Representatives. Selflessly gives of her time to programs like South Central Iowa Community Foundation, which aims to improve the quality of life all across the South Central region of Iowa through the implementation of charitable funds. Okay, well, I didn't go that far in my volunteerism with the fundraisers with the auxiliary, so I really honestly can't say that I deserve such an award or an appreciation or tribute, but I definitely was not stingy. I was out there helping, even if it was in my little meager way. I wasn't all take, let's put it that way. Sedalia has been mostly take from me, and that includes the print shop. That includes not giving my complaint about my son having something wrong with him, and nearly, well, it did send me over the edge. There's no nearly about that. Killed him. He's in a grave. Because they're stingy, tight-fisted, mean, cheap, all these horrible things, and wouldn't even check, to double-check what I was saying against what they thought. And yeah, Sedalia, Missouri, you are niggardly, and you will always remain niggardly in my eyes. And that's your fault.